guess it's just in comparison to the map of Mirage, which they've been playing so regularly as of recent. Nonetheless, it's not in the pool this time. We get a bit of a change, Vince, and we're already into their T side.
Can they fare better in the pistol? No, and they can't, Tom. Spoiler warning, they're gonna get wrecked. Oh my god. It's one of the quickest pistols you'll ever...
The remainder of the T's, well, Ivy is being watched, but it's watched from afar, and this almost feels like a domino effect. I feel like if one kill goes the way of the T's, then everything falls apart. Kaerbye, though, maybe not. He's trying to hold it together. He's the tape for the team, and he will keep...
On their T side of train. And we discussed this yesterday, Tom, that... Well, and actually a bunch at the DreamHack Open November, that even if you do have a rough start on the T side of train, as long as you can get that 5 or 6 round mark, honestly, you've done a pretty decent job. So don't take your eye off the ball here, c0ntact. You've got every chance of getting a really solid half of Counter-Strike under your belt.
Yeah, especially now with the finance angle, one that's fairly easy to get overwhelmed. Also has an incendiary ready, but he's not going to be throwing it out. Just holds the angle. Instant first, shows second as well for coldzera. And now, well, they've got to go for this. The bomb's down on the deck, and he's making this look easy. They might have found him earlier on the edge of the smoke, but this time the timing wasn't so lucky.
There's very few players on the planet that you would not want to feed 1v1s down in a claustrophobic angle than coldzera, because he is going to punish you every single time. The guy is just fire. Do not feed him any fuel at all. Snappi, 1 on 5. Similar situation to Otto in the previous round. No control over the bomb, and really just maybe trying to think of some ideas for the next round in terms of a call. And coldzera puts the 4K down range. Now, a HE tossed in case he's playing up close. This is mainly to bait out for rigoN, though. The bomb is planted for his location, but now that his teammate's gone down, it may force rigoN into some overextended peaks, and in doing so, he gives himself up to the Brazilian, who devours him whole, and FaZe will have a 9th.
They actually didn't have a kit in that retake as well, so a bit closer than maybe suspected, but a 9.
They have the bomb under control. This round maybe hasn't been closed off just yet. Olof flanking round the back. If he guesses correctly, Otto will be a dead man. He's about to find Otto. Shuts him down with a headshot. 17 seconds, and now FaZe are pushing onto the site, but the timing is brutal. rigoN at least deals with the threat of EspiranTo. Going for the plant. spinx goes through the smoke. Can he actually shut down rigoN, who comes off the bomb? He was caught in 2 minds, and in doing so, just sat in bathrooms waiting for that push. EspiranTo's also pushed up. He's using that pillar. There's a little bit of sanctuary. I'm surprised that rigoN even tagged him. I thought he would go and check. 30 seconds. Snappi will be smoked off, allowing safe passage for the 2 Ts to push out. Otto, though, also on the back of Ivy, makes his position known before Broky pushes straight through the smoke. Down the heart of Snappi. EspiranTo will get olofmeister, not anticipating the connector push, and now Broky knows exactly where he is. Goes out aggressive. Oh, what a shot onto EspiranTo, but he has to go retrieve the bomb. There's not much time left. There will be enough time, though, for the plant, and he goes for the risk. He plants it out in the open, knowing that the player was last seen in Ivy, but Otto was too busy looking towards spawn. I'm not sure why he didn't push in. Maybe anticipated it was a fake. But now Broky has every chance to clutch this after a lightning fast scope into the first player. He's now positioned himself, the timing slightly against him. Going to be smoking down onto the site. Try and draw him out. Otto has no kit. There's a small gap in the smoke, and Broky may have just seen him jump up. He wants to get up close and personal with his AWP. Gives his position away. There shouldn't be any time anyway. Even if Otto takes him down, Broky's clutched this. What a play from the young Latvian.
Almost looked like he yawned midway through that clutch. It made me feeling a little bit tired, or maybe it's just wants to fight this. He's watching. They're lining up their smokes. He's going to get into a more aggressive position. They'll never expect him to be here. Absolutely no chance. They're all going to go walking past. He's got a chance to get in a multi-frag. Is he going to get it done this time? It's 2 at least. And he's retrieved the AWP. Redemption for rigoN. And he's put his team in with a chance.
It's a chance, but he does get headshot instantly, and that puts it down to Snappi on 46 HP. rigoN really couldn't have done too much more. And now the Dane has his hands on an AK. The bomb is traversing across rapidly onto B site. where Broky will get it planted. coldzera is waiting close angle. There's a knife out for Snappi, and that will be all she wrote for Train. And again, they've gone for a couple of P250s.
It's definitely worth it when you're going for a long take. Don't want to be taking those battles with the Glocks. The flank already coming in, though. It's whether or not EspiranTo can deny enough time. Bear in mind, I think Snappi said for the last 4 games they played, they got some like 3 pistol round wins or something ridiculous. It's not good, but this one might be going a little better. A first pistol round coming up for them in this series could be about to happen, as finally they're getting themselves through. It's left onto Broky, and c0ntact have broken the chain. As you said, it's not gone great, and it doesn't look like it's about to get any better. They set themselves up perfectly in that round, and eventually it just fell apart. Kaerbye in position to at least try and stop anybody getting cheeky, but they're still going to try and push onto short. coldzera still waiting at the top of mid, and actually Kaerbye going back for more. He's just taking the same shot again, and coldzera gets that one for free. EspiranTo also getting spotted now, and this round's looking very easy indeed for FaZe.
Yep, the pieces falling into place. spinx maybe can get the drop on Kaerbye, who seemingly has sussed this out, realized that was a possibility. So no loss of life. FaZe clan.
Very, very little to write home about if you are a c0ntact fan. And for FaZe, it seems like wherever they want to take, they normally get it for free. Nice shot, though, from Snappi. And finally, we see an actual, take. They battle for long. They take map control away from their opponents. It's what I wanted to see over the last few rounds, and it works very well. Yeah, sure, a little bit of luck with the shot through the smoke, but I don't think they're going to care. Now we see how FaZe react with a man down, because they are a team, as we've mentioned, with plenty of clutch capability. rigoN's actually gone all the way around through mid, so they have all the information here. They have to know it's B at this point.
Now they certainly do. spinx spots coldzera getting boosted. No stilts in Counter-Strike. Where one sits, another may follow. rigoN through middle, now making moves. Oh, that spray. I tell you what, for a second, his heart was in his throat. Mine certainly was.
Off the plant position, losing 3 players is not ideal. And now Kaerbye, he was the best player in the last map, has achieved very little in this one. And rigoN has come back kicking. He had a real rough time, but now he's starting to trounce the side of FaZe. Gets himself up to 12 kills, and Olof trying to get back through mid, find some space. Snappi already in play. Now, it's possible the spinx comes under pressure here. He's got the AWP on the B site. Push is coming through the window, but he's found the kill and the boost in play. Almost flawless round. In fact, it was a flawless round.
Aggression, hiding behind the staircase. It's not a spot that FaZe have played too often. There's one, enough time to reposition, and getting 2. That is massive from Broky again. And a molly just behind it will stop the push from coming in unless they smoke it off, which they have. EspiranTo, that spray transfer is a thing of beauty. And now FaZe have a 1v2, and Kaerbye has to clutch out.
It's turned into the battle of the Baltics. Broky on one side, EspiranTo on the other, and Kaerbye is not going to check his angle. It's the third
of them, and that's why rigoN takes the head off of Rain. They can now charge towards the site, and this time around, FaZe may have assumed that B hit was incoming. They guessed incorrectly. They've got to scamper over there and try and save this map. Their choice of map. There's spinx now coming up clutch, up close with the M4. Throwing in the Molotov, and rigoN is doing all the damage around him. You have Olof stuck in the smoke. I don't think that grenade necessarily bounced off him, so they may not anticipate that he's in here, but he's now the last chance they have. Bomb is being dropped down from Olof P250. He's gone in for another one, but EspiranTo is going to convert, and it's fitting it's EspiranTo, because he just had potential. What's EspiranTo, who's on secret stairs, does come out with one of his own. Needs to pick up Rain. Gets Rain down. They still have a chance. They still have a way back into this round. Time is dwindling away from the bomb. Snappi now is the next player up. He gets tagged down to 1 HP, but still alive. Is drawing some of those T's away. EspiranTo now comes back in for another one. He's not showing any signs of slowing down after that Dust 2 performance, but even for a player of his stature and magnitude, it was never really going to happen. And now Snappi has to try and survive on his measly 1 HP. And maybe he can shut down coldzera in the back. Does get it done, but it's a cut round. It is the kind of play that again, you'd normally say you can't really rely on for contact, but they've done it so many times, I don't think I necessarily agree with that statement. EspiranTo gets the freebie as Otto draws away some attention after taking out Kaerbye outside. EspiranTo with another, just tap, tap, tap to the head of coldzera. And if there is going to be a response, it won't be coming in round 4. Broky, last man alive. Strange angle from Snappi that catches him off guard, and it's a clean sweep, not a fending this off. It is a wall of smokes, but in a different angle. It opens up secret, and Otto will oblige with his ult. Gets in for one. Traded back from rigoN, who is looking to cause some chaos downstairs. Draw some of these CTs out into the open. Snappi is going to now go down to ramp. May very well check the trophy room. Sees nobody, but is still being careful because EspiranTo spots a player outside, drops the bomb down, and that funnels FaZe into a bit of an awkward position. spinx will hold his nerve for one, and now Broky goes in before he gets slapped back. So they waited to them. It's worked out for the most part in the past. They've got rid of plenty of this utility, but now the push comes in, and how does spinx not get a single kill? His spray was all over the place, and coldzera will punish him. They have Otto up in heaven, who gets Molotoved out of position. With 20 seconds, the bomb finally gets planted. And again, c0ntact had slithers of hope, but that's all they ended up being, Tom. They didn't capitalize. They didn't deliver.
Yeah, that seems to be the story of the maps that they lose. Like, we're constantly going to highlight players who went missing or just didn't have a particularly good match, and then they don't really have anything to adapt or change or fall back on. And then this is a map especially where you think about CT sides where it's relatively tough to get things done aggressively, like taking control. rigoN, though, this is a nice little cleanup. He doesn't have time to do anything about the bomb, which will be going off, and he's made things nice and costly. Even gets out with a second AWP, although I'm interested. So if you actually calculate their overall frags, even though they're winning the game, they're negative.
I guess it goes to show how scrappy a lot of these rounds have been, honestly. And man, I will say that rigoN is making me seriously contemplate wanting to switch across to the M4A1S. Like, the way that he's aiming with this gun just makes it look so good. Obviously, when I use it, I can't hit a cow's arse with a banjo. But he's just spin headshot, spin headshot, spin headshot. OttoNd, meanwhile, though, with his ult, is coming alive. And it seems like c0ntact, again, have a pretty rough middle portion of the half.
The nade will do a bit of damage, but he retains that control. rigoN also has himself a rifle, but the main problem is he can't really risk it. I just don't feel like it's worth it. Olof, however, has nothing to lose, but he goes falling down. I thought he might have fallen to his death, but he's actually run into the arms of rigoN. Well, for the remaining players, sure, Broky has nothing left to lose, but for rigoN, keep the AK.
Oh yeah, hold on to this with everything that you have. Muster all the strength. Broky's going to get two, an AK trades hands, and although he goes down, these are rifles. These aren't just SMGs that are being lost on and stabilize their economy. c0ntact are in real trouble. There could be daylight opening up, but on the other side, this could be c0ntact's way back in. And the Tech-9 rips, it tears, it nullifies some players. coldzera runs out of ammunition. Broky comes up with the clutch shot with the AWP, but it's down to a 2-on-2. olofmeister, though, has been biding his time very patiently, as you'd expect from a grizzled veteran. He doesn't snatch his opportunities. He makes sure he gets the guaranteed frag, drops the bomb down.
+2 was something they eluded completely. Yet this time they've got an afterplant, and they're catching players on the rotation. Good job from spinx. Broky needs some sort of hero play. He does have Olof beside him, who can at least section one off, and rigoN has denied the push back up the vent, maybe expecting this to be some sort of save at this point. Instead, though, he hears players tapping onto the bomb. Olof has found another kill. Things are starting to fall apart. It's left onto just a couple of players. olofmeister's gone huge, and now they're just defusing the bomb in front of Snappi. It started perfectly. A 5.
That is a huge moment in this match. Kaerbye smoking off allows him to focus more towards the silo, but be careful what you wish for, because rigoN on top is now dropped, and he continues to put down the pain, put down the punishment. c0ntact bring us back to equality once more, but this time around, Tom, their economy on FaZe is absolutely shattered. They will have such little weaponry to play with. Whether they decide to force or not could very well fall down to whether Broky survives.
Of the last map, over 30 kills to his name, needs another 3. This map has been a little bit more quiet and he's been spotted. They know where he is, but he's going to try and isolate Rain. He does just that. A first kill, but he loses a hell of a lot of HP. And the time is against him. 2 to find. He spots the man on the corner. Gets the second as well. It's up to Broky, who misses the shot. The first doesn't go, but the time is ticking. 13 seconds, he lands it! And we go to overtime. EspiranTo saves c0ntact once again. And we return to the way of c0ntact. And now once again, we're going to see this aggression. Broky in overtime has been something else. No scopes galore and setting his team up for success. Still, though, the trades come back. rigoN makes a move. Snappi's going to try and do the same. Kaerbye misses the boat a little bit, and the bomb will be able to go down this time with a little bit more time on that clock.
Yeah, this time making sure they get the plant. That's such unfortunate timing for Snappi. The second he goes to reload, he gets dropped on. Doesn't lose his life as a result, but may as well have 3 HP left off a HE, finished off by olofmeister. rigoN wiggling his way around the side, getting 1, retaining most of his HP. Second hot shot comes through. He's got it for another one. These clutch plays on c0ntact to win 2 back-to-back rounds to take us to a second overtime, and Snappi will be called upon. He's picked up the AWP, misses the first shot, has to back away, incendiary down. So many players coming at him. He at least gets 1, and he's done a chunk of damage to 3 more players, but it's opening up business downstairs. They now need to deal with the man rigoN. Off the back of a crazy play, he's in pole position to strike once more. spinx holds the line for the 1 frag. Broky, though, won't be called upon because it's Kaerbye behind him that takes the head off of rigoN, and now a 2v2 falls upon us, and a real chance at a clutch for c0ntact. Kaerbye's been smacked down by Otto's AWP, and it's gonna be Broky who comes straight back in. And with a minute to play with, he can have the choice of either side, but he's going back down to B. And it's EspiranTo that's waiting there, but Broky takes his head off straight away. There are no more heroes, only FaZe remains.
Inject this game straight into my veins. Like, there is no